Hello, guys.
Hello.
Happy Sunday morning.
Yes.
Now I get the day right. How is everybody? Sorry, we're running a few minutes late. A little tardy to the party.
That's right.
So, hope everybody is doing well. Looks like we got Thomas and Chris and Laura and Mo. Hey, Mo, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. And who else? That may be it right now. But yeah, Thomas, Laura,
Yep.
Chris, and Mo. So sorry, guys, running a few minutes late. So we were having a dilemma this morning and want your opinions. We are supposed to leave in just a little while to start our trip, and we're driving from Indy to right outside of DC, where Shenandoah National Park starts. It's going to be raining the whole drive there. Hey, Ryan, how are you? It's going to be raining the whole drive there. I guess we've got the remnants of Delta.
Yep, Delta.
And tomorrow, the entire time we're supposed to be on the Skyline Drive, it's going to be raining. So tomorrow we were supposed to go from Front Royal, which is where the Shenandoah Parkway starts, and end up in Roanoke. And it is raining the entire way. And really the only thing we were doing was driving and looking at the views and maybe some short walks. So we're considering waiting and driving tomorrow to Roanoke and just picking up our trip from there. Simply because it just seems a little bit, we hate driving in the rain.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And then you're going to be on those windy roads.
Yeah.
And how much are you really going to see?
So curious what you guys would do. So that's a question. And Mo says, been a while, really busy with work lately. Yeah, because I don't even think I've seen pictures from you lately, Mo. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
This time probably works a little bit better for you anyway. So that's what we were hoping, is that we would get some folks from different time zones. So yeah, let us know what you would do on that. And while you were giving us those answers, let's get into some of our news you can use, which you want to kick us off?
Sure. I think the first one is, I would say Hawaii.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of confusion on what you can and cannot do, and, you know, how they're handling it. And
yeah. The testing, because they're supposed to open next week, the testing is required. But I guess there's some questions about intra-island stuff. And then there's also been some folks that are just against it. They say that they don't think it's going to be a good thing. Hey, Terry Finley, watching from the road, driving from Cortez, Colorado, headed to Durango. Nice. Yeah, sorry we missed your live yesterday. We did go back and rewatch it, but looks like you guys are having a great trip. And let's just see. Laura says, if you have flexibility, wait a day or two and do the trip. So, I mean, we've got flexibility a little bit. We would end up missing Skyline Drive if we waited, because the primary driver is our stay at Biltmore. We've got those booked for Wednesday and Thursday night.
Yeah. So it's a matter of,
and we can't change those. Well, we could, but the price would double over the weekend. Exactly. So we will miss the Skyline Drive part. That's the thing. Yeah. So Hawaii, there's still lots of questions and lots of people that are kind of, up in the air about it. There's another thing that's kind of cool. Well, two things. I guess I'll start off with one. There's an app called Dragon Slayer that's going to be $9.99 or is $9.99 a month, and it gives you the most current COVID restrictions, quarantine requirements, testing requirements, all of that for all the U.S. states, and I think it's like 124 countries or something so far. So that's kind of interesting particularly if maybe you're already out and traveling and you want to just make sure you're following all the guidelines.
Because the way things are changing
daily,
hourly almost.
Yeah. So that's something we're definitely gonna check into. Good morning, Sue. Good morning. How are you? What you got next?
Let's see. Sorry, we have our little cheat sheet here. Canada.
Yeah.
Opening to family and students.
Yes, that is, that's progress.
Yeah.
I still don't expect U.S. travelers to be able to get there anytime soon, but
I wonder if I have any long lost family members or something.
In Canada, you might.
In Canada,
you might. But yeah, they are at least loosening those restrictions, so that's kind of a good thing. Let's see. Let's go back to this other app. It's called Common Pass. And so I guess United Airlines and Cathay Pacific are testing it, and it's basically a COVID passport. So you have to register on the site. It'll tell you where you can get tested that are accepted tests. And then those test results come into that app, and then it creates a QR code that you would have on your phone, and you could use as you were flying, I guess at border control.
Right.
Without breaking any HIPAA or privacy policies, but it still would give you all the, required information to be able to travel. I do expect, I don't know if it'll necessarily be that app, although that one seems to be the one that's leading the way right now. I completely expect that to be what we will have, even after a vaccine comes out, until we get to a point that everybody's vaccinated, and this would even have your vaccine records as well, because everybody has different requirements.
Yep.
Everybody has different restrictions. Obviously, some areas are doing better than others. So I expect that to be a requirement to be able to travel a lot of places, whatever the app or process is. Right. I think we're going to have something like that in place for at least a couple of years, until the vaccine is sort of fully distributed.
Yeah, that'll probably just kind of be like everything else, it'll just kind of be our new normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And which isn't such a bad thing. I mean,
it's not. I mean, unless you're somebody who just likes to fly under the radar and doesn't like the government to know everything you're doing. But, when you're traveling and you're showing your passport, they know anyway.
Yeah, so. I was going to say regardless, regardless, because look what happened to me in Berlin. I mean, they found me on a plane.
Yeah.
And my flight, and.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, what we got next?
Let's see. Costa Rica. You want to go someplace warm? Opening by November.
Yeah. Yep. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to go, I guess I'm doing most of the technology today.
Yep, that's you.
There's also an app now called Radical Storage, and it's an app you can get that, so if you're somewhere that maybe doesn't have storage lockers, and you want to, maybe you've got a layover or, whatever you're doing, this app will locate storage in most cities, and tell you whatever the fee is. I think in some cases it's like $9 a day, but it gives you secure, insured storage for your luggage. So, maybe even if it's something like issues we've run into where we've been in a city and not had a flight out till, 11 or 12 that night, yep. But yet we had to check out of the hotel at noon.
And
so
you're dragging your luggage around.
Right. Or you got to go back to the hotel to pick it up if they'll keep it for you. So anyway, Radical Storage is the name of that app. So that's pretty exciting.
Let's go with British Airways last 747.
Yeah, the Queen of the Skies. So they took its last flight this week, yep. In the UK. So I never flew on a 747. No. Did you? You did, didn't you? I thought you flew on one to Australia. Was it upstairs?
Yep. That was Qantas.
Yeah, yep. You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So
which they're huge.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, I never got to fly on one. Have any of you guys ever flown on one? Let's see what's going on.
Laura says the app sounds amazeballs.
If I were traveling, I think that might have been Dragon Slayer. Yep. Sorry about that. And then Laura saying That COVID app would definitely be cool if it allowed me to travel. I'd be surprised if something like that was not required. Exactly. I totally agree.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it may be our new normal.
Yeah. Yeah. And mask may very well be part of that as well. Chris says, reminds me in the past when you had to get a list of vaccines before. Yeah, exactly. I think that's just gonna be part of it. You know, I just do. Okay, talking about flights. So we talked about the 747. Oh, Thomas did Chicago to, I'm assuming you mean that's the 747 that Thomas did, Chicago to Miami. That would be nice. Mo said London to Kuwait with the BA 747. Miss it so much. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wish I had been able to fly on it, but flights. So I don't know if you guys heard about the flight to nowhere. So in Australia, I'm pretty sure it's Qantas, wasn't it, that did it?
Mm-hmm.
They had a flight to nowhere. So basically you boarded and landed at Sydney. And it sold out in minutes because people were just, dying to be able to go somewhere. So it flew yesterday, I believe. And it had some, hey, Derek, how are you?
Hello.
Part of the route, it was actually going to fly pretty low. The idea was to show off different scenery in Australia and whatever. But yeah, I mean, it sold out in minutes, and it did finally take off yesterday. So
I mean, if you were itching to get out and just take a flight,
I guess, depending on how much it costs, and if you just love flying, and you want to see stuff from the air, I don't know that I would personally do it, but it sold out. So
I guess there's people out there that want to do it.
I don't know. Would any of you guys do that? Would you pay for that? I don't know.
I mean, I think, like you said, depending on cost.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that'd be kind of silly, in my opinion, if you.
Yeah.
Flying in a circle.
Yeah. It's not like you're getting culture or anything else from that.
Unless kids, Big Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh. Scorpio Sue says, I think masks and vaccination info will be the norm. People need to deal with it like small amounts of liquids. Yeah. I mean, it's just gonna, I agree. I think that's just gonna happen.
Yeah, Chris said in 2018, when I went to Germany and Austria, I arranged my flights to fly over on a 747.
Back on an A380. Nice. I don't ever pay attention to that, honestly. We use a lot of points and miles for some of our flights, or at least for upgrades. And so it's kind of whatever I can get the best deal on is how we do it. So, Mr. Means this, it depends on flight time and class of travel. I assume you're talking about the flight to nowhere. Yeah, I agree. And Laura says if it was just $100 to $200 or something, I'd do it for sure, but I wouldn't pay a ton of money for it.
Yeah.
Mr. Means travels. I'd do a super long business class flight to nowhere. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Depending on the cost, or and Thomas says he misses the A380. It's lots of changes are going to continue to happen in the airline industry now.
Well, in the travel industry, period.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
Right now, unfortunately, it seems like it's kind of all over the place, but
yeah. What you got?
What else you got? The Maldives.
Yeah, Maldives.
Yeah, frequent visitor program slated to start in November. But everything is kind of unclear as far as the benefits.
Yeah, so I guess you'll be able to get status if you visit the Maldives often, which if you're fortunate enough to do that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't made it yet.
You can see I'm touching all the sunny, beachy places.
Yeah. Yeah. It's looking a little dreary here in Indy today.
Yeah.
So I think getting rain hopefully later. We need it. The Maldives are very high on our bucket list. I'd be interested to see how they compare to Bora Bora, which was amazing. But yeah,
I mean, when we can travel again, our bucket list is like,
oh my gosh,
huge.
That's I mean, the good thing and the bad thing, right? About all of this no travel time is we've been able to plan more trips and figure out where we want to go and come up with itineraries, but
doing it all and putting it all together and, time and money and
it'd be kind of crazy. Mo says there's a small airport with flight classes near me and it's quite tempting. You can fly the plane yourself. So I'll see. Oh, wow. So I'll see how that would be really cool, Mo.
She has been talking about getting her pilot's license.
She's
She's gone from a seaplane to a helicopter. All over the place.
I come up with lots of ideas.
Yeah, she does.
But
she's like, how would you feel about that? Well, if that's what you want to do. She's like, would you fly with me? I'm like, once I knew you were okay.
Yeah, thanks. Mo says it's about 100 pounds for 90. Wow, that's pretty inexpensive, Mo. That's interesting.
Well, you let us know how that goes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you get to fly over Ireland. Mo, I'm so jealous. So jealous. Oh.
Well, all over Europe.
If the flight to nowhere could leave here and fly low over parts of Europe and then come back, I'd pay for it. To at least see something different. I don't know. Anyway.
You'd pay for it just to take a flight to Ireland just to take that flight.
I would. I would. You're right. All right. What else have we got? Cruise industry. So if you guys don't know, we've taken 3 cruises, but we're not huge cruisers. I don't know. It's just not our thing. I think,
and a lot of it is because of your vertigo too.
Well, part of it is my vertigo, but part of it is, I guess if you're island hopping, it's okay. But in terms of I don't know. I just feel like we like to spend more time and get it more in depth in places, and you're not really able to do that on the cruise.
Those daily stops at certain places just, I don't think, gives you enough time.
Yeah, depending on what you want to do.
Depending on where you're going.
Yeah. But anyway, there was a meeting this week with the cruise industry and the vice president. And what I got out of it so far is that, everybody was feeling pretty positive about it. The no sale order is currently set to expire October 31st. However, most of the cruise companies have canceled cruises till at least mid-December, a lot till 2021. It looks like in the States, Carnival is the only one that's maybe holding out a lot of hope for some cruises in November. But if you're a cruiser, word is that there is some positivity coming out of that meeting. So it's kind of all we got on that one.
Yeah.
What else have we got?
Let's see. Laura's talking. I've never been on a cruise. Doesn't tempt me much, as I like to explore when I'm traveling.
Yeah, and we're the same way, Laura. Yeah. And then Terry says my sisters go. I'm assuming she means on cruises. Yeah. We enjoyed the ones we did, but they were beachy, and that's really what it was about. And so that's fine. But if, the only one that I would say that really tempts me is doing a cruise in Europe for the Christmas markets. Yeah. That one would be interesting.
Be cool because,
just that would be my big thing.
Yeah, because that's kind of like your main agenda.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas market. Yeah. So, and that wherever you go, you're going to go to a Christmas market. So,
yeah, that would be one.
But to take a cruise to go, these people that stop in Venice and stop in, places like that. I couldn't just take a cruise to have a few hours in those places and then have to get back on the.
Well, I think it's fine. It just depends on your travel stuff.
Well, it does.
Right? It just totally depends on your travel stuff.
Yeah.
Scorpio C says, me too, Laura. Is there a ruin on a cruise ship? Is that what she's? Oh, also I learned about Legionella this week at work. I don't think I'll get on a ship. I'm assuming that's some sort of disease or illness, but I don't know what that is. So enlighten us there, Sue.
Yep.
Terry says, are cruise was canceled, so they flew to Alaska instead. Yeah, I mean, and I know Alaska's a really popular one. But I have issues with vertigo, and the last cruise we had, I really struggled.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't very enjoyable for her.
Yeah. Derek says he really wants to do a river cruise. Yeah, that's high on our list as well.
Yeah.
Either through Europe or Southeastern Asia. We've never been to Southeastern Asia, but that would probably be something that we would do as well. Animal Lover, hello, how are you? Good morning. Hope my cruise isn't canceled. So where's your cruise to, and when is it? Laura says Alaskan cruise would be cool. We sent our parents on one for their 50th. It sounded pretty great for them. Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about what you like and what makes sense for you.
Yeah.
Terry says her next cruise is August 2021 for April's graduation. That's awesome.
Thomas says my sister loves European Christmas markets.
Yeah.
Yes, we would. Like I said, that's on our bucket list to do all the Christmas markets.
Yep. And Derek says
Mekong
River is supposed to be pretty great. I think, Derek, is that the river that Kara and Nate did a cruise on? I don't know, but I've never been to Southeast Asia. Not really good on my geography over there, so I don't know where that is, but you can let us know.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Terry says the cruise in Europe is what we canceled for our Europe trip. That's been rescheduled 2 times. Yeah. I mean, again, it's just whatever your travel style is.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the one thing that I see that's nice is you bring your luggage on once, and you really don't even bring it on. You drop it off, and they drop it to your cabin, and
worry about it again.
And you don't have to worry about it again. Yeah. And all your food is there. But then you just I don't know. I mean, everybody each their own. Ryan is saying Legionella is what causes Legionnaire's disease. That makes sense. It's found in the water. Yeah. Laura's saying, are you saying there's a Christmas market river cruise? Oh my God. Yes, there is. There's several of them.
Yep.
We should do that. Maybe we should do like a group trip next year if it's safe to do a Christmas market
that would be
cruise.
Cool. How many of you would go?
Yeah. How many of you would do that if we did that Christmas market river cruise in Europe? That would be really nice.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sue, Legionella is a bacteria like pneumonia. It's scary. Animal Lover says next October starts in Venice, goes to Greece and Croatia. Yeah. So actually some good friends of ours just did a similar cruise for one of their children's graduations. Their grandmother took all the grandkids on a trip.
When they graduated, and they got to pick where they wanted to go.
So that was what she picked. So that's pretty cool. Lori Milton, good morning.
Good morning.
Where are we heading next? We are heading actually today to maybe today to Shenandoah National Park, and then to Asheville, and then to Savannah. And we're going to do the Blue Ridge Parkway along the way. So
obviously right now all domestic.
Yeah, unfortunately. Our next confirmed international trip as of right now is to Mexico. We're going to be there for a month I think we get there January 29th.
Yep, basically the month of February.
So we're going to be gone the whole month of February. So Laura says new bucket list item. Chris says he would do that. Thomas says sounds tempting. Animal Lover says it would be cool. Musings at Midlife said I'm planning on France and Italy next fall. Not sure the budget could do both, but another year I'd be totally up for a group trip. Awesome. That's right. I forgot you've had to reschedule that trip so many times, Laura. Lori says sounds fun. Terry says we're supposed to do a New England trip for leaves watching, but the leaves here in Colorado look pretty. Colorado is such an awesome state. Such an awesome state. But I tell you what, New England, whenever you can, Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. New Hampshire was the big surprise for us. We did not know.
It was absolutely beautiful.
It was beautiful. We just weren't expecting it. And I know Laura and I have talked about New Hampshire at one point in time, and it was gorgeous. Scorpio Sue says a German river cruise is tempting. Yes, it is. Derek says
Derek's
me.
in.
Scorpio Sue, hit that like button. Thank you.
Yes, hit the like button.
Lori says, I love Mexico. Just came back from Molar City. I don't know where that is, but we're going to be, all over the Yucatan, basically peninsula. Scorpio Sue says, I do a group trip too.
Derek says Liz is quite jealous of the Shenandoah trip.
Well,
we're quite jealous of you being in Europe right now.
Yeah, speaking of, let's get through the last little bit of our stuff because we do have some stuff about Britain. So I was reading, and I'm sorry, guys, I have my notes on my phone.
I already told them we had a cheat sheet.
Yeah, there's resurgence of COVID, creating tiered levels of closure. I guess this announcement's going to come out tomorrow, especially in the north of Britain. They're expecting to have the highest levels. We know travel outside your local area, some hospitality venues to close. So there's a lot going on over there. So I hope you guys, Derek and Liz, stay safe. I know you're in Britain right now, but are you going to Scotland? I don't know what your plan is exactly. Los Algandes.
What does it say?
I don't know.
She's been trying to brush up on her Spanish.
If you go to the Yucatan, Hobosh, we're going to Hobosh, and we're going to the park as well, which I don't know how you say, but Hobosh, we've already got reservations. I was a little worried when the hurricane came through, but I think it's okay. So we're actually going to do Isla Mujeres, Hobosh, Tulum, Merida, and there's a couple other places. So, Terry Finley says Monument Valley was closed when we drove by, but we were shocked at how close to the highway they were. We pulled off to take pictures. Yeah, that whole area is so, so beautiful. I'm so glad you guys got to do that trip. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we have one more. You want me to do it?
Sure.
So the final piece that we have for you guys today is they are considering by the end of the year a New York to London travel corridor that would reduce the current quarantine requirements that are 14 days. If Americans go to the UK, we're required to quarantine for 14 days like Derek and Liz did. I don't think UK citizens can even come to the US right now at all, can they? So I think they're talking about, some reciprocal type of agreement to allow that to happen. Obviously, New York and London being two large international business hubs, I'm sure that's the driving factor behind that. But I don't think that'll exclude us, non-business travelers from taking advantage of it. So
that's right.
So I think that's what's happening there. That is all the news you can use on this week. What?
I was just going to say, Derek said they're great.
Good.
They're going to reevaluate Scotland and Cornwall next week.
Awesome.
So,
I'm glad you guys are doing well. It looks like you're having a great time and you're having, pretty perfect English weather anyway. So I think that's it, guys. We just really, Thomas says no UK citizens coming here after coffee with Jess. Good morning.
Good morning.
So these Sunday mornings are going to be quick, live streams. And I know that Derek and Liz have theirs coming on in about 30 minutes. So we are actually going to be going to figure out what we're going to do today.
Exactly.
So hello, M. Stewart.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. These are just quick live Sunday morning live streams, but hopefully you can, watch the rest of it on replay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. And as long as we have good signal,
good internet,
we'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye, y'all.
See ya.